Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian Takasi here, aka General95, coming at you guys with another video. So today, couple of big things going on. We got the Hispanic Heritage promo coming tomorrow to Madden 23, and then we also have confirmation about the Training Variety Pack, and the fact that it could be going away come next week. Now, I'll touch on more of that when we get there. So let's start off with the Hispanic Heritage player promo. So this is going to be basically working like the Black Lives Matter promo. There's going to be no sets. There's going to be no champions. All the players in the promo are literally just the players themselves, and they're going to be available as B&D cards for everybody via challenges. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I wish EA would do more of this, honestly. Like, I kind of like how they're doing this. Like, I like the fact that they have it just like no sets, no pack, no store offers, just here are your players, here's how you get them, complete these challenges and objectives, you get them all. Like, I think that's pretty dope. So first off, we got Ted Hendricks here with 87 speed, 89 power, 89 finesse move. Now they did say that he does get lurker for 1 AP. TJ did say that this morning, so I'm going to assume that his coverage stats are pretty high, but this is a very, very good pass rushing linebacker regardless. Ted Hendricks is usually one of the best players in the game when he comes out, and I should think this is no exception. I'm going to be looking to add this card to the squad as soon as I possibly can. Then we move on to Jim Plunkett for the Raiders with 79 speed, 91 throw power. They said, TJ said that he gets Fearless for 3 AP and Quick Draw for 2 AP, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember specifically what the second one was, but I know he does get Fearless for 3 AP for his discounted ability bucket. Kiko Alonso is the next one with 86 speed in 86 Excel with 81 zone coverage. He does get, I think, Deflator for 1 AP is what they said. For what he said for his discounted ability bucket. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was something along those lines. Then we have Jonathan Casillas. I'm sorry, I cannot. I am butchering the name, and so I'm not even going to try and continue to pronounce this guy's name. But 88 speed, 89 finesse move, 87 block shed, comes with Speedster for 0 AP, and he gets one other ability for 1 AP that I cannot remember. And then we have Zane Gonzalez for the Panthers, and they all get like a bunch of team cams. I can't remember any of them. None of them go for the Seahawks, by the way, but they make no mistake. I still plan to pick up a couple of these cards at the very least. With Zane Gonzalez with 89 kick power, 83 kick accuracy, he gets Zen Kicker or Precision Kicker is what it was. For 0 AP, which for you guys that don't know, Precision Kicker allows you to see the full kicking arc in game, right? Because there are times where you cannot see the full arc. Precision Kicker just allows you to see it regardless. So you get that for free, which is a huge W because I love that. And that also means that Clutch Kicker will be 1 AP as well. So you know you get Zen and you get the Clutch Kicker and Precision Kicker for 1 AP, which is a good stuff there. So now we move on to the objectives. Now these are the objectives you're going to need to do in order to be able to get the 88 overalls. You get the 83 overalls by completing the challenges that you do for the solos. You complete the solos, all 6 of them, you get an 83 overall of that specific player. Then you got to complete all these objectives in order to get the 88 version. So for Kiko Alonso, it is win 25 games with Kiko Alonso on your roster, get 10 forced fumbles with Kiko Alonso on your roster, and get 75 team tackles with him on your roster. For Jonathan Casillas, it is, I think I pronounced that right, Jonathan Casillas? Casillas? Whatever. I'm sorry. If I'm butchering it, I apologize. I don't mean to. But for him, you get 25 wins with him, 25 team interceptions with him on your roster, and 25 team tackles with him on your roster. For Zane Gonzalez, you get 25 wins with him on your team, 20 field goals made with him on your roster, and 100 team points with him on your roster. For Ted Hendricks, you get 25 wins, 25 sacks, and 50 team tackles with him on your team. And then lastly, for Jim Plunkett, you need 25 wins with him on your team, 2,500 offensive yards total, so it can be run, it can be pass, doesn't matter. It really don't matter. And then you need 1,500 team passing yards on your roster. So this one you specifically need to get passing yards. So that being said, guys, that is Hispanic Heritage Month, guys. We also do have an idea of what's going on with the training variety pack. TJ this morning on GMM talked about the TVP. Let me actually pull up the clip for you guys here on my social, because I actually just tweeted this out a little while ago as a, bit of a, awareness tweet. TJ this morning said this in regards to the TVP on
questions online about when they're going to be available until.
All right, let me try that again. That
as
was
the timer
all over
pack
the place.
indicates, they'll be available until 10. They're available.
Let me try this again. Alrighty.
The team saw some questions online about when they're going to be available until. So, as the timer pack indicates, they'll be available until 10/13, a week from today, October 13th. That is when those training variety packs will be available. Now, I can.
Alrighty, there we go. I apologize for that. So, yes, he is confirmed basically for us inadvertently that, or by total advertness, because he definitely meant to talk about it. Just give me 1 second here. Sorry, just messaging my thumbnail guy. By the way, shout out to him for the thumbnail. Link to his Twitter will be in the description. But so we do know that the training variety pack could theoretically be gone on the 13th, which is going to be next Thursday. This time next week, it will already be out of the game. Now, do I think this is good or bad? I obviously think this is very good, because shout out to guys like iJoe, Up and Adam, and Buffalo K. They made a hour-long, I guess, podcast discussion thing. But they made an hour-long video yesterday, or a couple of days ago now at this point, whenever it was, talking about, the state of the market and the training variety pack being the reason that the market is the way it is. Now, we all knew this, okay? Everybody who's been paying attention to the market has known that the training variety pack is the reason the market is overall in a crazy influx. There may be people the temptation to say that the pack strike is a part of it, and you know what? I'm not going to rule out that idea, but let's not act like the market in and of itself, when it comes to, say, 86s, was not this high, right? Like, the market was not this crazy high come the before the TVP. Like, 86s before the training variety pack coming out were about like 25k to 30k. Like, it was very easy to find an 86 overall for cheap. Now it's obviously gone up in price. Looking at 88, 89 overalls, for instance, these are up to 100 some odd K. You could find 88 overalls for like 100 and like maybe 100K flat, and maybe less than that. They were starting to come down in price before ultimately the TVP did hit. So I actually think this is good that the market is going to be basically resetting and collapsing. I would recommend at this point, maybe a couple of days before the TVP goes away, if you really want to, look to sell off your team. Sell off your high overalls, sell off your your team of the weeks. I'm probably going to sell off Dwight Freeney and John Randall. If we do know for certain that the training variety pack is not coming back, which I don't think it should, at least for now. But I'll probably look to sell off John Randall. I'll probably look to sell off Dwight Freeney, and I'll probably look to sell off Uchenna, maybe sometime early next week, and then just pick them up maybe a couple of days later. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But also, what does this mean for Team Diamonds? Team Diamond's really looking like, if the training variety pack does not return, which again, it should not, if the training variety pack does not return, Team Diamond prep could actually be doable over the weekend. And I would highly, highly recommend that if it does not return, you start buying stuff for Team Diamond. So you start getting your elites, your golds, your team builders, everything that you need to ensure that you are prepared for Team Diamonds. Now, I've talked about how you should prep for Team Diamonds in an entirely different video. Link in the description if you guys want to go check out what I think you should do to prep for Team Diamonds. But needless to say, obviously, if the TVP goes away, the ability to prep for Team Diamonds is a lot easier. And because of that, I do think Team Diamonds could ultimately come down in price as well, because obviously if the set is a lot cheaper to make, then the return on the card that you're doing the set for is going to be a lot cheaper, or is going to be somewhat cheaper. Now, that is a bit of a gamble, because Team Diamonds depends on the card, and also depends on what they start to do with Team Diamonds. Because ultimately, in my opinion, Team Diamonds, when it comes to them, like, we don't know. We don't know what they're going to do, because as of the recording of this video, they are not out yet. They're not going to be out for another week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, give or take. And we don't know what overall they could be. They could theoretically still be 89s. They could be 90s. I'm hoping they're at least 91 overalls, to be completely fair with you. I think they should be top of the line meta for Team Diamonds, personally, especially because they are making us wait a couple more weeks. So I would highly suggest that they should make them at least 91 overall. If they're 90 overall, I would be okay with it. I'd be a little disappointed. But if they're anything lower than a 90, I would be completely upset, because y'all made us wait 2 extra weeks. And we're probably going up to 92 overall within the next coming days, right? We're probably going up to 92 overall either this weekend or next weekend, or maybe even Team Diamonds week. We're probably going to go up to 92s, or like 92s with most feared. More likely it'll be with most feared when 92s start to come out. So that is what I think personally we should be doing. And I do think the training variety pack needs to, for lack of a better word, fuck right off. It just does. Until after the playoffs, then bring in the training variety pack again, as well. After the playoffs, maybe even towards like Easter promo, bring in the training variety pack. Allow those players to just go crazy with the training variety pack. Just print some coins, get themselves ready for a rookie premiere, and then, done. That's what I think they should do personally. Do I see it theoretically just resetting? Dom threw this idea out. He theoretically could just see it reset, and I pray that's not something that they do. I think they just take it out entirely. But theoretically, it's not. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. To theoretically say that it is going to reset. I hope it doesn't, but I could definitely see them just resetting it. But this is EA. Like, they have been throwing curveballs left and right this year. They said there wasn't going to be any training rerolls for the Gridiron Guardians, and they ended up giving us one. They did say that there was not going to be any. I think that was basically it. But they also have held firm and not given us AKA rerolls, so or at least like a consistent reroll, not the one per week that we get. So I am not entirely sure what EA could do. But I am thinking that they're not going to reset it. Personally, I would hope they don't. I think, EA, hopefully EA understands that, this training variety pack has done more harm than good, because when it came out, you can't lie, and I'm not gonna lie about this too. We all got excited. I did too. I absolutely went hysterical and went nuts when the training variety pack came out. But as time has continued to progress, it has just become something that has done more harm than good this time around. Now, that's not to say that the training variety pack as a whole is a bad idea and it should never return. Obviously not. The training variety pack is one of, if not the single greatest pack I have ever seen in my life, in terms of not just this game, but in an Ultimate Team in general, or like a My Team type of game mode in general. So I do think it should return, but I think putting it out at this stage in the game, I think was detrimental to the market, because you're basically putting a lot of stuff out of reach for the common player. Like, I have 250k now, and that's because I went and out did the John Randall set. I had about like 950k before I did the John Randall set this week to pick him up, which, can I just say, I was really disappointed with that. It was Team of the Week specific, but I mean, you know what? It happens to be that way, so I mean, I'm not gonna really get too upset about it. At the end of the day, it's something that, um, it just happens to be what it is. But you see these cards like, some like 80, some like 90 overalls say, like, Dwight Freeney is like 600, like he is still 600,000 coins. Like he has not gone down since he's come out. If anything, he's gone down maybe like like 3K, like, or like 30K. Like he has not gone down a whole lot. Let me actually just check on this Freeney, because I remember like last week he was at 700K, and he's still around 700, 800K at this time. So it's kind of crazy that, you know this card is 700K, right? Calvin Johnson himself is like a million coins still, right? Like, if we go to look at Megatron, Calvin Johnson right now, for his 91, is like 1.17 mil. Now, there are people that say he's worth every single coin with that 1.17 mil, and I don't disagree with that, because it's Calvin Johnson. He's a 6'5" receiver, has like 90 some odd speed, and he's the first receiver in the game. He's the only receiver right now that can get wide receiver apprentice, and it's for 1 AP as well. So you can literally put him anywhere in your lineup, and he'll still get all the hot routes. Even if you motion him out and then put him on a C route, you can still do that. So, like Calvin is, but still, like Calvin is insanely expensive, for him. Revis, this might be just because of the fact that, there is no AKA rolls, which I honestly think there should be. But Revis is closing in on like just under a mil. So, you can kind of see like the market as a whole. Again, if we just even look at just 88, 89s, these things are up these things are like 130K, whereas before this, you could find an 88, 89 overall for like 100, maybe even 90K. So, but I would definitely look to sell some players. Maybe like sometime this, like early next week, maybe this weekend, if you want to start selling off some players. I would probably wait until they confirm if the TVP is coming back for a reset, or if they're just taking it out of the game permanently. That's what I would do. I probably will. I'll try and reach out to Madden NFL Direct and see if I can get an answer for them. If I do get an answer from them, the answer will be in the description, guys. So if you guys are curious as to what they said, look in the description. I'll basically say yes, they've confirmed it's returning, or no, it's gone, it's not coming back. So, but that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Bit of a longer video because there was a lot to talk about in terms of the Trading Variety Pack, and the good, the bad, and should it come back. So, but with that being said, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like button below if you guys did, and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.